What's up, YouTube? This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go my WWE NXT Spring Breakin review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And let's get started. Now I must say this was a good show in my opinion. This was a good show. So we get a trunk match. The family, Tony D, D'Angelo, and Shannon Stacks, Lorenzo versus Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince, and Kit Wilson. This was a pretty good, decent, pretty not decent. I'm sorry. This was a pretty good match right here. The two teams brought on the outside to begin the match, with Prince and Wilson catching the family in the consecutive uppercuts. Prince and Wilson got a chain from under the ring, but Tony D'Angelo took the chain out of Prince until the family aimed at the abdomen of Prince and Wilson before they laid in the punches on them. Stacks hit an uppercut on Prince, and before Tony D'Angelo tossed Stacks onto Prince into a cannonball. Senton. The two teams headed backstage to toss someone into the trunk of a classic car, but Pretty Deadly headed back into the ringside area. The family attacked the back of Wilson and Prince with trash can lid before pulling out a table. But Pretty Deadly tossed them into the ring post before taking the table to the gorilla position. Stacks attacked Wilson before Tony D'Angelo hit Prince's leg with a wheelbarrow. The device, not the move. Tony D'Angelo tossed Prince and Wilson into a tiny pool before Stacks hit two with a senton into the tiny pool. Tony D'Angelo got a tiny surfboard and hit Wilson with an unprotected board shot before he and Stacks double teamed Prince inside the ring. Wilson got back in the ring and decked Tony D'Angelo with an uppercut before firing away with punches on Stacks. Pretty Deadly regained control of the match, with Prince locking in a Boston Crab on Stacks while Wilson got a chair on Stacks' neck. Tony D'Angelo tossed Wilson with a Elcon Plasm while Stacks broke the hold and slamming Prince with a drop toe hold onto the chair. Tony D'Angelo and Stacks then hit atomic drops on Wilson and Prince. Prince first onto the edge of the chair to regain control. Back from the break, Pretty Deadly tossed Stacks onto the outside before Wilson and Prince punt a football on Stacks, but Tony D'Angelo closed down with a double clothesline. Back in the ring, Stacks and Tony D'Angelo slammed chairs at Pretty Deadly before Stacks went for another cannonball senton, but Wilson evaded to send Stacks crashing spine first into a chair in a corner, while Prince decked Tony D'Angelo with a fistful of quarters. Wilson and Prince hang Stacks upside down in the corner while they attack Tony D'Angelo before hitting a double release suplex on Tony D'Angelo onto a trash can. Lorenzo tried to fight back, but Pretty Deadly neutralized him and hit the spilled milk on the ringside area. Prince and Wilson got Stacks into the car and placed him inside the trunk before they tried to get Tony D'Angelo into the trunk, but Stacks fired at Prince with a fire extinguisher. Tony D'Angelo hit Wilson right in the mouth with a crowbar to send Wilson into the trunk of the car, before Stacks and Tony D'Angelo hit a double back suplex into a random table. Stacks and Tony D'Angelo then got Prince into the trunk to get the win. They drove out. They drove out of the arena after the match. The winner of the match, the family, Tony D'Angelo and Shannon Stacks Lorenzo. This was a pretty good match. Arriving in a Corvette trunk, Tiffany Stratton cut a promo saying that she had it and promised that tonight was Tiffany's time. There was a backstage segment with Duke Hudson and Andre Chase. Duke Hudson told Andre Chase to stand up before Chase University, to to which Chase responds that he would give Braun Breaker a Chase University size whooping. Okay, so we get Andre Chase coming by Duke Hudson versus Braun Breaker. This was a quick match. Chase immediately attacked Braun Breaker in the corner, but Breaker got out. Breaker slammed Chase into the corner with vicious corner spears, smashing Chase abdom, ab, abdomed before hitting a T-bone toss on Chase. Braun Breaker went for a corner spear, but Chase evades to send Breaker crashing into the ring post before slamming Braun Breaker's arm into the top rope. Andre Chase hit a Russian leg sweep before going for the Chase U stumps, but Braun Breaker got his legs and hit a vicious lariat before hitting a gorilla press power slam on and looking in the Steiner recliner, locking in the Steiner recliner on Chase for the dominant win. The winner of the match, Braun Breaker. This match was quick. There was a video package of NXT champion Carmelo Hayes ahead of his match. Grayson Waller later in the night. So we get Laja Dragunov arrived to the arena, but was greeted by a boot kick from Dijak. The two brawled backstage before Dijak tossed Dragunov into a stack of ladders and slammed a garage door onto Dragunov's ribs. Many referees and former NXT Tag Team Champion Oni Lorcan came in to stop Dijak. So we get Laura Valkyria versus Cora Jade. Now I must say this match was this match was not that bad, but it was just decent. This was a decent match. Laura Valkyria lay in a series of strikes on Cora Jade to begin the match before leaping over Cora Jade and hitting a hip toss into a springboard crossbody on Cora Jade for a near fall. During the picture-in-picture break, Laura Valkyria booted Cora Jade in the corner before catching her with a back elbow for a near fall. Laura Valkyria hit a snap mirror knee drop on Cora Jade before hitting her with a takedown into a La Costa for a near fall. Laura Valkyria continued to dominate proceedings before going for a springboard move, but Cora Jade kicked the middle rope to send Laura Valkyria crashing for a near fall. Cora Jade then hit a springboard double stomp on Laura Valkyria's back for a near fall before hitting a snap mirror into a PK kick for another near fall. Back from the break, Cora Jade got Laura Valkyria in a submission, but Laura Valkyria flipped over and hit an arm drag, but Cora Jade caught her and she cornered and hit a rising knee strike. CM Punk Laura Valkyria for a near fall. Laura Valkyria hit a series of kicks and strikes before hitting two Northern Lights suplexes on Cora Jade, but Cora Jade responded with a knee strike. Cora Jade went for another knee strike, but Laura Valkyria tossed her out of the ring before hitting a sliding drop kick on Cora Jade. Back in the ring, Laura Valkyria hit a diving drop kick and a roundhouse kick in a perfect plex on Cora Jade before a near fall. Cora Jade got Laura Valkyria with a inside cradle before slamming her onto the mat. Laura Valkyria blocked Cora Jade's attempt with a Death Rider before hitting a handspring Isagiri kick on Cora Jade. Cora Jade got a bat from outside, but the referee took the bat off her. Cora Jade hit a chop block on Laura Valkyria before hitting a Death Rider on Laura Valkyria for the pin win. Okay, the winner of the match, Cora Jade. This match was decent. Okay, Stacks Lorenzo and Tony D'Angelo continued to drive across the city while Wilson and Prince were begging to get out, but Stacks shut them up immediately. Okay, so we get the NXT Championship match. Carmelo Hayes, accompanied by Trick Williams, versus Grayson Waller. This match was fantastic. The two lock up and did some chain wrestling before Carmelo Hayes leap over Grayson Waller and hit a drop kick on Waller. The two exchanged pins before Carmelo Hayes went for the crossface, but Grayson Waller immediately got a rope break. Grayson Waller hit a jab on Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo Hayes responds with a signature springboard lariat and a snap suplex. Grayson Waller tried to suplex Carmelo Hayes out of the ring, but Carmelo Hayes responds with a slingshot suplex. Carmelo Hayes climbed to the top rope, but Grayson Waller attacks the ropes. Carmelo Hayes regained control, but Grayson Waller rolled out of the ring. After Carmelo Hayes caught a throw chair, Grayson Waller attacked Tricky Williams with a chair to hit abdomen before laying out Carmelo Hayes with a lariat on the outside. During the break, Grayson Waller slowed down the pace and regained control of the proceedings before hitting a basement dropkick on Carmelo Hayes' leg. Um, Grayson Waller slammed Carmelo Hayes' leg right into the apron to wear down Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes went for a pin, but Grayson Waller booted him. Grayson Waller went for a suplex, but Carmelo Hayes reversed with a pin for a near fall. Grayson Waller got back up and slapped Carmelo Hayes in the face before hitting a snap suplex on Carmelo Hayes for a near fall. After the break, Grayson Waller locked in a single leg crab on Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo Hayes broke the hold by kicking Grayson Waller in the head. Carmelo Hayes slammed Grayson Waller into the corner before Carmelo Hayes hit the fadeaway leg drop on Grayson Waller, but landed on his injured leg. Grayson Waller lay in the jabs on Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo Hayes hit a chin breaker in a thirst kick, but the two collided with stereo layers before Grayson Waller put his hand on Carmelo Hayes' chest for a near fall. Carmelo Hayes kicked Grayson Waller's leg repeatedly before hitting him with a PK into the leg, a pump kick, and a springboard impeller DDT for a near fall. Carmelo Hayes climbed to the top rope, but Grayson Waller rolled over. Carmelo Hayes went for another slingshot suplex, but Grayson Waller evaded and caught him with a jab. Grayson Waller rolled back in the ring, but Carmelo Hayes attempted a code breaker, but Grayson Waller attacked him before hitting a modified Death Valley driver on Carmelo Hayes for a near fall. Carmelo Hayes went for another springboard lariat on Grayson Waller, but Grayson Waller reversed it mid-air with a rolling stunner, but Carmelo Hayes rolled out of the ring to evade the pin. Grayson Waller immediately noticed this and got Carmelo Hayes in a broadcast table before hitting an elbow drop on Carmelo Hayes across the broadcast table. Grayson Waller got Carmelo Hayes back in the ring and went for a pin, but Carmelo Hayes kicked out. At 2, Grayson Waller went for another reverse DVD, but Carmelo Hayes caught him with a code breaker 2, sending him to the outside. Grayson Waller tried to get back in with a rolling stunner, but Grayson Waller tripped with the bottom rope, allowing Carmelo Hayes to hit the diving leg drop on Grayson Waller for the pinfall win. The winner is still your NXT champion, Carmelo Hayes. This match was fantastic. And this is the reason why I said Carmelo Hayes don't miss. But this was a good match. After the match, Carmelo Hayes called out Braun Breaker to a match for NXT Battleground before telling him to come to the ring. Braun Breaker speared Trick Williams and hit the Gorilla Press Power Slam on Carmelo Hayes before locking in the Steiner Recliner on Trick Williams. Braun Breaker then saw Carmelo Hayes spear him across the wall. That was brutal right there. That was a brutal spear by Braun Breaker. So we're going to get a rematch between Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker at NXT Battleground. But anyway, that match was fantastic. There was a video Big Nati of Roxanne Perez detailing what brought her onto the wrestling business. Roxanne Perez said that she was going to regain the NXT Women's Championship and that she would do it for the little girls that were like her and grew up being a professional wrestler. Okay. What I was trying to say was we already know that Indy Hartwell retained the NXT Women's Championship as standing delivery, which as standing delivery in that ladder match was fantastic, by the way. But and we already know that Eddie Harwell is going to retain the NXT Women's Champion. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. There was a video package detailing the feud between the team of Fallen Henley and Josh Briggs and a couple of Brooke Jensen and Kiana James ahead of their match. So we get Joe Coffey was confronted by Joe Gacy and Alba Ray backstage, with them proposing a match between the Don and Gallus for the NXT tag titles. Joe Gacy then made it intriguing, and he challenged Joe Coffey to a match, which if Joe Gacy won, the Don would get a title match before, but if Coffey won, the Don could not challenge for the belts anymore. Joe Coffey accepted. Okay, so we get Brooke Jensen and Kiana James versus Josh Briggs and Fallon Henley in a mixed tag team match. This match right here, this was a solid tag team match. This was solid. Jensen and Briggs lock up before Jensen leaned Briggs into the corner. Briggs was bamboozled before Jensen hit a jab in a shoulder block on Briggs. Briggs responds with a shoulder tackle and an atomic drop, but Jensen responds with a corner lariat. Jensen hit a Irish whip on Briggs, but Briggs tossed him out of the ring with a bandera toss. Kiana James tagged in, but was greeted immediately with a Dallas press by Henley. Henley and James lock up before James hit a knee lift into a series of corner spears on Henley. Kiana James hit a backflip, but Henley caught her with a lariat before hitting a swerve kick and a sliding uppercut on Kiana James. Briggs and Jensen brought on the outside before Henley and Briggs hit diving shoulder tackles on them before the break. During the break, Kiana James attacked Henley inside the ring, regaining control of the match before slamming Henley into the corner with an Irish whip. Kiana James stomped away at Henley in the corner before Henley hit a series of forearm strikes on Kiana James. Henley tried to tag in Briggs, but Jensen slammed Briggs into the apron to allow Kiana James to attack Henley inside the ring. Jensen and Briggs tag in, with Jensen locking in a nerve hole on Briggs before catching him with a knee strike for a near fall. Back from the break, Jensen hit a series of forearm strikes on Briggs, but Briggs responded with forearms in his own. Jensen and Briggs exchanged boot kicks and punches before Kiana James and Henley tag in. Henley hit a back elbow, two chops, a roundhouse kick, a running flatliner on Kiana James. Kiana James hit a chain breaker and a flapjack on Henley onto the corner before Kiana James asked Jensen to attack Henley, but Briggs caught him with a pounce before hitting a series of punches, a side slam, and a standing splash. Henley attacked Kiana James and tossed her into the stairs, but Jensen saw Briggs was distracted and caught him with a leg lariat. The two country boys exchanged vicious strikes before Jensen hit a neck lariat and a swinging lariat and a spinning brainbuster on Briggs for a near fall. Jensen tried to hit Briggs with a bag, but Briggs evades to send the bag flying and sending Kiana James into the ringside floor. This allows Briggs to catch Jensen with a Stan Hansen lariat for the pinfall win. After the match, Kiana James nearly slapped Jensen in the face, but Jensen caught her hand. Kiana James told Jensen she never loved him before walking away from Jensen. Jensen and Briggs made up after the match. The winner of the match, Josh Briggs and Fallon Henley. This tag team match was solid. Dragon Lee was interviewed backstage by Mackenzie Mitchell, saying that he was very interested by Narmdar Heritage Cup. Scripps called out Axiom, saying that next week everyone will learn who between himself and Axiom believed in themselves more. Um, there was a video promo of NXT Women's Champion Indy Hartwell saying that her winning the title was years of work in NXT. Indy Hartwell promised that the title will not change hands tonight. There was a Twitter video of NXT Anonymous showing someone attacking Soruka in the trainer's room before being attended by Danny Palmer. Okay, so we get Oba Femi versus Oro Mensah. This was a quick match. Fem, Fem, Femi smacked Mensah and locked in a wrist lock on Mensah to begin the match before thumping him in the chest. Mensah hit a forearm strike and chop and uppercut on Femi, but Femi slammed Mensah into the corner before tossing him across the ring and hitting a corner uppercut on Mensah. Femi hit 2 shoulder blocks on Mensah before getting Mensah up, but Mensah hit 2 chops before Femi hit a chop on Mensah. Mensah got on the top rope, but Femi caught him with an uppercut to send him flying to the outside. Femi got Mensah back in the ring and went for a back suplex, but Mensah blocked it and hit a series of strikes on Femi before hitting 2 forearm strikes and a scorpion kick and a springboard drop kick on Femi before a near fall. Mensah hit a vicious PK kick on Femi, but Femi responded with a rolling forearm before hitting a spear bomb on Mensah for the pinfall win. The winner of the match, Oba Femi. This match was quick. Gigi Dillon challenged JC Jane to a match next week, revealing that she will bring her brother to NXT to watch. So we get Charlie Dempsey and Drew Gulak were interviewed backstage by Mackenzie Mitchell, with Drew Gulak promising to become the NXT North American champion. Drew Gulak sent a warning to Wesley, telling him that this was a marathon, not a sprint. Tyler Bate spoke to NXT North American champion Wesley, telling him that he would like to be in Wesley's corner for his match against Drew Gulak next week. They stayed backstage to watch the main event of the show. Okay, so we get the main event of the evening. So we get the NXT Women's Championship match. So this was a triple threat match. So we get Indy Hartwell versus Roxanne Perez versus Tiffany Stratton. Now, in my mind, I don't mind Tiffany Stratton winning this match, but we already knew that Indy Hartwell was going to retain tonight. So this triple threat match, this was a good main event. Good triple threat match right here. Indy Hartwell and Roxanne Perez took turns punching Tiffany Stratton before all 3 exchanged pinfalls, attempts for a near fall only. During the break, the 3 wrestlers lock up before Tiffany Stratton got a headlock and a shoulder block on Indy Hartwell. The 3 took turns in exchanging holds before Indy Hartwell slammed Roxanne Perez into the corner with an Irish whip and hit an Irish whip into a lariat on Tiffany Stratton in the corner. Indy Hartwell got Roxanne Perez and slammed her head into the top turnbuckle before going for a boot kick. But Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez lowered the ropes to send her flying to the outside. Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez brawled inside the ring before Tiffany Stratton stumped away at Roxanne Perez in the corner for a near fall. Back from the break, Tiffany Stratton got a wrist lock on Roxanne Perez, but Roxanne Perez reverses it with a wrist lock of her own. The 2 continued to exchange wrist locks before Roxanne Perez got a bridge on Tiffany Stratton and whipping Indy Hartwell out of the ring. Tiffany Stratton got a headlock on but Andy Harwell broke the hold and got a near fall on Roxanne Press. Roxanne Press got a wrist lock on Andy Harwell and Tiffany Stratton at the same time before hitting a double arm drag on them before laying in the punches on Andy Harwell. Roxanne Press then hit a series of top suicide on Andy Harwell and Tiffany Stratton before hitting a dive crossbody on Andy Harwell for a near fall. Roxanne Press got the guillotine choke on Andy Harwell before transitioning into an inside cradle on Andy Harwell. But Andy Harwell pushes Roxanne Press face first into the mat before hitting two short hand lariats on Roxanne Press. Roxanne Press got a pin on Andy Harwell, but Tiffany Stratton took the two out of the ring before she hit a swanton on Roxanne Press and Andy Harwell. The two to the outside. Back in the ring, Tiffany Stratton hit an Irish whip onto a corner lariat onto Roxanne Press before catching her with another lariat for their fall. Tiffany Stratton got a headlock on Roxanne Press while Andy Harwell was being checked on by medical officials. Roxanne Press hit a stunner on Tiffany Stratton before hitting body shots on Tiffany Stratton, but Tiffany Stratton responds with a knee lift. Roxanne Press regained momentum and went for a diving crossbody, but Tiffany Stratton rolled over. Tiffany Stratton went for a body slam, but Roxanne Press reversed it with a pin for a near fall. Roxanne Press got Tiffany Stratton on the top rope and laid in the strikes before hitting an avalanche Frankenstein on Tiffany Stratton for a near fall. Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Press exchanged strikes before Tiffany Stratton went for a suplex, but Roxanne Press reversed it with an inside cradle into a gut kick on Tiffany Stratton. Roxanne Press then hit a Russian leg sweep on Tiffany Stratton to get 2 pins, but Andy Harwell came back to the ring to get a near fall. Andy Harwell booted Roxanne Press and Tiffany Stratton before hitting a spine buster on Tiffany Stratton but Roxanne Press hit an uppercut on Tiffany Stratton to get a near fall. Tiffany Stratton hit the BME on Tiffany Stratton. But Andy Harwell pulled Tiffany Stratton out of the ring before hitting the hidden blade on Roxanne Press for the pinfall win. The winner and still your NXT Women's Champion, Andy Harwell. This was a good triple threat match right here. This was a good triple threat match. Shannon Stacks, Lorenzo, and Tony D'Angelo were in a lake before saying that they are going for the tag team gold. Tony D'Angelo and Lorenzo revealed that they sent Pretty Deadly swimming with the fishes as they drove into he night to end the broadcast. Okay, NXT Spring Breakin goes off the air. Like I said earlier, NXT Spring Breakin was a good show, so I really enjoyed that. So that's all I got to say from here. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE NXT Spring Breakin review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what are your thoughts on NXT Spring Breakin because it was a good show. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video, or go live on YouTube on every Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. I'll go live on YouTube. But anyway, follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. This your boy, Bigboyfactsjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. KFG crew, KFG Kings, Too Sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.